What's up, guys? So I get a lot of questions about what's the best beginner camera that I can get for cheap. So I had somebody ask me this on the internet, and I'm just going to read this. I've got a kid looking to get his first camera. I'm a Nikon guy and know little to nothing about Sony. Do they have an entry-level DSLR line that's decent? Something compared to a Nikon D3000 or D5000 series or a Canon SL2? All right, so here's my first response. Yeah, is he mostly looking to shoot photos or video? I have a ZV-E10 for video. It's not great for photography, but it's great for videography. And that's what I'm filming on right now. I do a lot of my YouTube videos on my main channel, the Michael Relevant channel, or on this channel with the ZV-E10. He wants to get into photography. He hasn't mentioned any interest in videos. I looked online but couldn't find anything cheaper than an A6000 or 6300. And the used one, the body I found was $499 with no glass. They're looking in the beginners, entry level, 300 to 500 used with a kit lens probably. So first off, I asked the question, video or photo? Because that's the most important question to ask, because cameras are more geared towards one or the other. And then I go on and on and on with this conversation before I actually realize what I think is the best cheap entry level camera. So then I said all the A6000 series have the same sensor. Anything below the A6300 doesn't have a viewfinder. The M50 is okay, but Canon is discontinuing that mount and making RF APS-C cameras soon. They could go for those older Canon DSLR cameras with the EF lenses, but no one's going to keep making DSLR lenses since every company except maybe Pentax has gone mirrorless. iPhones are great. The problem with Sony is anything this cheap lacks a viewfinder. That's a hard question. For video, it's easy, the ZV-1 or the ZV-E10. The RX-10 and the RX-100 lines are actually really good sensors, almost as big as an APS-C sensor. I use the RX-10 Mark IV for most of my wildlife photography. Yeah, you're probably right with the SL2 or T3i type older DSLRs. And then I had an epiphany. I had an idea. Those older DSLRs are garbage. Don't get a DSLR in 2021. So then I had the idea, actually, I take all that back. Look into Fuji for APS-C cheap cameras. Get an X-T1. Fuji has a better APS-C sensor, better colors, the best kit lens that was ever made. They have older cameras for cheap on eBay. If you're not going full frame, go Fuji. If you're going to go full frame, wait for Canon to release 2 new cameras in 2022. We're getting some great stuff from Canon and Fuji by the second half of next year. So yeah, I've seen X-T1s on sale at camera stores for $260, something like that, and they have a really good kit lens too. Used for sure. Murphy's in Lexington had a used Fuji X-T1 for $260 or so at one time. And then he says, thanks for the advice, man. So yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I think Fuji has the best deals for older used cameras. If you're just getting into it, they have really good colors. And if you're just doing photography, the Fuji lenses are sharp. They're good. For video, I would go Sony. I think if you're doing video, go the Sony ZV-1 or ZV-E10 for sure. It's going to be the easiest to use, best quality. But yeah, if you're just doing photos, go Fuji. That's what I would do. I would get an old full frame 5D Mark II. All right, so I added this just now. If I had to go cheap, I would get a 5D Mark II used from Canon with a cheap nifty 50. That's full frame and the lens is f1.8. My second choice would be a Fuji X-T1 with either a Minicon 35.95 or a Viltrox 56mm. That kit lens is very capable too, though. I've used those for thousands of portraits, and if you're more into landscape or something like that than portraits, maybe a wider lens or a zoom lens. So yeah, I mean a 5D Mark II, if you're going to do portraits, they're like $200 on eBay. Something like that, or the X-T1. Great camera. So that's my opinion. If you're looking for something really cheap, we're talking like $200-300 for the body. If you're looking to spend a little more than that, XS10 is a good camera. XT4, Sony ZV-E10, all those. I did kind of like the M50 too. I mean, I made a bunch of videos on this channel about that camera. So yeah, I'm excited to see what Canon and Fuji are bringing out in the next year. When Sony comes out with the RX10 Mark V, I'm going to buy it. Like with a curved sensor in the back, a little more reach, and just better quality, better autofocus and everything, that's going to be a really interesting camera. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this kind of content, hit that subscribe button, scroll through my channel, check out some of my other videos, and thanks for watching.